charrettes and things done at one point in time. It's been a while and I don't know the exact result. But I don't know that I heard through that process much of anybody saying we want something that stays open real late. I don't think that came out particularly strongly. So there is a certain amount of information available, whether that's complete or up to date or whether there should be other information added, I don't know. But I guess I would caution that we're still a little bit short on information in terms of, are there businesses that could make it financially with, say, closing at 11? And is there a strong feeling in the community of what they want the flavor of the beach to be?
Well, unfortunately, this evening we have no public comment, so we won't be getting any.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is maybe this is a decision that we do need both of those additional pieces of information. Some better way of assessing the will of the community and some better way of assessing if the will of the community is earlier, can that work financially?
Commissioner Mercer?
I agree we need people to put their input in, but the most important thing on this project is it needs to pay for itself. I sat out there and heard $1.75 pizza. There was $1.75 pizza on this beach for years, and they could not pay their rent. At the end of the day, as much as I'd like everyone to have their input in, this beach needs to sustain itself, and it can't sustain itself on $1.75 pizza. We've already seen that. So I have no problem with putting this complete package together, bringing it back to us so we can see all the leases, see all the components, open it up to get the public's input. But at the end of the day, this project needs to sustain itself.
I think there's support in the community for that concept, that it needs to sustain itself. The question is, can that be done with something that there's broad support, or that there's not a large section of the community that says, wow, that's not what we had in mind for the beach. That was what we all stood up and said, no, we don't want. I think that needs to be, if you've got a big part of the community that's quite uncomfortable with what happens there, with an area that, again, I'm going to remind people, primarily this is a park. This is a place that you go for quietness on the ocean. So we're already kind of doing a lot of compromise on that one. We all agree that having a place to get married on the beach is very desirable for this community, and be able to go to a restaurant and have your bridal dinner there or whatever certainly makes sense. So that would be my...
Once there are businesses on it, I mean, it becomes a park with businesses on it. And again, then it becomes back to the part that it has to be sustainable. I mean, we're in this function, we can move around in as many circles as we want to go, but it has to be sustainable. So, I mean, where to go from here? I mean, any direction, City Manager?
Yeah, I think this commission is struggling with some of the same issues that led the other commission to kind of give me the informal direction. We need to start over. We need to maybe have a community charrette to ask people what they want. Because I get the feeling that we don't know on the dais what type of businesses we want up there, if they need to be open late or not, whether they need to be quiet or whether they need to be kind of fun and music-y and entertaining. I don't know, and I don't know if y'all know. We're just chasing.
I disagree with that. We've had so many charrettes, and we've gone out to the people. At this point, it's not rocket science. It's on every beach. Look at, I think the closest to us would be Del Rey. It's not rocket science. Commissioner McVoy says it's a park. In essence, the beach is in essence the park and the quiet space. Across the street is a business. It is a destination, a phenomenal place to come and eat and have ice cream and have pizza, and it should be a destination. This goes on in every city across America. We need to move forward. I agree, maybe we need to take 2 weeks and market it and see what else can come to our plate. But If there's another restaurant out there that's a little higher in that wants to take the second floor, fine, but we need to move forward. This project's been going on for 10 years in some form, around and around and around, and we've got great beachfront, we've got great assets, we've got a great city, we need to move it forward.
I agree with you, Commissioner. And then looking too, when you mentioned Delray Beach too, you've got Boston's on the beach there, you've got Luna Rosa sitting right there, again, right directly across the street from the ocean. So we know the two can coexist. Again, a matter is compromise, really. We really need to come to an idea of a compromise between not only being profitable, but also still reflecting the hometown feel of what Lake Worth has come to be known for and loved, but also to look to our future, to make sure that this thing can sustain itself into the future. So I would request that maybe the next meeting, if we could maybe make a formal vote, so we'd be able to have public opinion, that we could come in and maybe create a time that we think would be palatable for the beachfront park, so that the people who are charged to do this can
Have
do
some
their
clarity.
job and have some
Yeah.
clarity, and can also go back and to see if the tenants are still interested, and based on what decisions are made on that.
So we have one option, 1 o'clock, out the door, the lights are off, everybody maybe be cleaning, but the public is gone, 1 o'clock.
On the weekend.
On the
On the
weekends
weekend.
only.
Friday and Saturday.
And 12 o'clock, whatever we had in the
12
memo.
o'clock Sunday to
Commissioner-
Thursday.
Commissioner McBoy has proposed doing something, closing at 11, making it more of a quieter beach.